Next Tuesday, December 20th, marks the end of fall and our Equipping with Excellence internship program, at least this session. For the first time, it was 4 months long, allowing January to be a fresh opportunity for the 8 young graduates we are farewelling. Look at this, just look at this. I'm going to get them to tell us their name, where home is when you're there, and what program you graduated from. Because you all have to be graduates to be part of this internship program. Let's start here.
My name's Daniela. I live in Woodbridge, Ontario, which is about an hour and a half from Burlington. I've studied acting for film and television at Humber College in Lakeshore. Yeah.
Acting for film and television.
I'm Dwayne Froese. My hometown is Elmer, Ontario, which is a bit of a drive from here. And I graduated from Fanshawe College in television broadcasting.
Well, you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
My name is Shauna Cowden, and I've graduated from McMaster University with the combined honors of Fine Arts and Theater and Film. And then I went on to do a certificate course in New York, Manhattan, and it was digital film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to pause here because I understand you've had a whole change of direction after 4 months with us.
Yes, I have actually. So originally I came into this program wanting experience, and I wanted to go into film originally. I now know I want to go into television, and also so directing was also my idea of what my career would be. Now I know that they've put me in producing, they saw the skills that I had, and they saw something that I didn't, and now I know I want to be a producer, so pretty amazing throughout this process.
Amazing what 4 months can do.
Yeah.
I'm Gabsy Evans, and I live in Toronto, and I took journalism and contemporary studies at Wilfrid Laurier.
Gabsy, I didn't realize it was you because you're all grown up. And tell me where the name Gabsy comes from.
My
Did you
grandma
get
will
asked every time?
appreciate that you asked that. It's short for Gabriella. But I was Gabsy before I even knew I actually had a longer name, so my parents gave me the nickname when I was a baby.
Sweet. Sweet. And next to you?
I'm Maria Scorgie.
Maria.
And I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie in Northern Ontario, but my parents now live in Cornwall near Ottawa. And I went to Wilfrid Laurier for communication studies. And then last year I went to Heritage Seminary for theological studies.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Aaron, all the way to the back.
Yes, I am Aaron Van Riesen. I hail from Guelph, and I took media broadcasting, like in Mohawk College.
Mohawk.
Yeah.
Okay, such a diversity here. Hi.
My name is Renée,
Renée,
and I'm from Brampton, and I actually went to York University for psychology and communications double major, and then I went to Seneca College for broadcast journalism as well.
Psychology is a good idea for everything. You have to work with people, right?
Cover all your grounds,
Usually.
yeah.
And the man who says hi, I think every day pops his head in my door, Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I come from the beautiful city of Kitchener, Ontario.
What's your last name, Jeffrey?
Reiber.
Okay.
Good, strong German name. I come from the city of Kitchener, German city, and I studied TV broadcasting at Conestoga College.
Okay. Well, how has it been in a word? A surprise? More than you expected? Life-changing?
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. We kept you busy, have we've said, you know, this is not just about fetching coffee here.
No, no.
We want to grow you up and into everything God has for you.
It's been amazing because we're all such different people. We all come from such different backgrounds and studies, and having to work together, having to put together projects and really like put all our strengths together, I find has been the biggest blessing, I think, for me. Yeah.
Just imagine if you all went out together, you could start something. I know that's not how it works. But we've got some photos here that will give me an idea of what we've been keeping you busy at. I think it's a whole lot of fun here. Take a look. Where are you?
So we went to Muskoka Woods, and we've gone on quite a few field trips now that we've been here. And this is a bridge that we were crossing when we were at Muskoka Woods doing leadership training. And I don't know if you can actually see in this photo, but you can actually see the ground and the river underneath. So it was kind of a fear we had to face, especially Maria. She had a little bit of a tough time crossing it with the fear of heights, but...
So this is higher than it looks.
Oh, it's really high. Absolutely.
Like 15,
And it
15
shakes.
feet?
And that is a team building exercise. That's a lovely picture.
Automotive? Automotive is part of this course?
Yes.
Apparently, yeah, more than fetch coffee, change tires. I don't know, does one of the guys want to go on that one? Oh, it's gone.
That too is at Muskoka. As we were walking through the woods and we found this and what is possible, and we thought it'd be a fun picture just to, you know, kind of look and think about what would be possible.
In your future.
What was
Yeah.
written
In
on
our
that
future.
bench?
What is possible?
What is possible?
What is that?
This was a strange contraption, and it flustered me severely. Basically, we're supposed to pick up this little bottle in the middle of this prism figure, and we couldn't cross over the barrier, or so we thought. It was a project on working on communicating and reaching a goal, which was picking up a bottle with some levers and strings.
Is this a team exercise?
It was a team
Yeah.
exercise. It was very strange.
We were trying to put the bottle into a cup, and we really got an interesting lesson on perspective and asking questions too, because we were putting restraints on ourselves that we didn't know we had. And so she just told us, you know, you have to ask questions, and it's something that we could bring back into the workplace. And so we assume boundaries, but really we have to ask questions and get a better sense of maybe we have a different perspective on how to do this task, but the person who's asking us to do it is thinking of something completely different. So the leadership training is something that we absolutely took back to the workplace.
Interesting. Because most of you are going to be messaging something in your future by way of a broadcast medium. And you want to get the truth. You want to be clear in your storytelling, and questions is a real good way to make sure you're getting to the bottom of things.
That's right.
That's right.
Getting it right. Have we more pictures?
Yeah.
I think
I think that's
that
it.
I think
That's
that's
it,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Now that looked like a lot of fun,
That was
Yes.
a great couple days.
Great time.
but it was about leadership.
Yes.
And one of you was telling me that what you do every Friday has been, I think for many of you, your favorite thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Tell us about it.
Melissa's been equipping us, Melissa McKecker, and she's been equipping us for
Your fearless
excellence.
leader.
Yes, our fearless leader. She's fantastic. She's just showing us what it takes to be a godly person in the workplace, and that's not the kind of training you usually get in a building for like a network. So we've been equipping for excellence with serving. We've been learning how to be servants, learning how to be humble in the workplace, and take as much knowledge and be a sponge in a place like this, and it's been fabulous. Yeah.
We went through this Strength Finders book where it's you know the classic, you take the test and they tell you what your strengths are. But the probably one of the biggest things that got me is one of the intro to the book. It said you spend about 90% or was it 70% of your time on your strengths and not your weaknesses. And many times, you know, you want to build up your weaknesses thinking they'll make you better. Whereas this book was saying, you know, work on your strengths, make them better. Whatever you do good, do it the best. And that was something I took home from that book.
I remember a pastor telling me years ago that, you know, there are lots of things you can do, but if you're not operating in your gifting and your calling, you're going to run out of steam. You're not going to have that energy, that joy in serving. Whereas if you can discern what that is that you were uniquely made for, you can put in those extra hours. You can go the extra miles because you're just so fueled by the fit. This is me. This is what I love. Who was surprised by that sifting process, by figuring out what is you and what isn't you? Anybody find out that your strength was something other than what
I
you...
was definitely surprised. I thought, because I went to school for fine arts, I thought I was a creative person and everything was going to come up creativity, but it was very different. And as soon as I read out my my strengths to everyone, they're like, oh yeah, that's you, that's totally you. I'm like, really? Okay. So my strengths were like arranger, organizer, strategic thinking, and ideation. And they're like, yeah, that's absolutely you.
Okay. Yes.
That's a new word.
Yes. Shauna, you taught me a new word. Ideation. Conceptualization of an idea.
So apparently
You're
that's
good
my
at that.
strength, which is good in producing. My work mentor is Cheryl Weber, who is co-host and producer of Full Circle on CTS, and working alongside her and allowing me to produce this show, yeah, you have to be organized. You have to have new ideas. You have to be creative at the same time. But so it's interesting that those are my strengths, and I am in the right position. Something that I never thought I would be producing. I thought I was a director, but I love it. I love it. I've learned so much being in this position.
Has this time changed anyone else's life course because of what you've learned or about yourself or a skill set? Anybody?
Well, for me, I think it's made me realize that this is something I can do. So I have the degree in communications, and then I went to Bible school because I really wanted to be able to combine the two of them. I'd really like a career where I'm communicating the gospel to people. And so here I've been able to write in the Compass magazine, which is for partners and friends of Crossroads.
Maria, you're the one I have to send that material to.
Oh, yes, and I'm the one who edits and all that.
Fantastic.
Yes, and I'm going to be in the January Compass, and I've had the chance to write articles, and I get to look up scripture that's relevant to the themes and things like that, and I really enjoy doing that. And just my mentor has been so encouraging, and so I'm like, this is something I can do, and I love doing it, and so it's great that I can look forward to a career in that type of service.
Wonderful. I understand we're keeping two of you as volunteers for a while.
Yep.
Who is it? Okay. Maria and Shauna. Very interesting. And one of you has a job already. Is it all right to say that, Jeff?
Yes, it is.
That was
Yes,
exciting news.
yes.
Was that last week?
Last Friday, I found out at lunch hour that I will be joining the broadcast crew over at Grace TV.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, now the only thing we haven't done, you know, I've been doing this little thing here in some form or other for 4 decades, and I'd like to give you guys the opportunity to ask me some questions. I'm happy to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all in there. And before you get away, you've been so busy that really I've just caught glimpses of you in these 4 months, going here, there, and everywhere, doing probably everything but fetching coffee. It's wonderful to see, and it always moves me to see how our studio, can't show you, but on this very special day when we wrap it up, say farewell, there's an amazing audience of parents, family members, relatives. I think there's some cousins over there. It's just really lovely to see the support that you have, the people cheering you on, anticipating all that God has in store for you. Does Melissa make you promise to keep in touch and let us know what God does in your lives? Okay, I'm going to put you to the commitment right here because it's a meaningful investment, and we do want to know what God has for you. Wonderful promise. It's one of my favorite verses in the Bible. And David, typically in the midst of some distress, in Psalm 138, verse 8, says what he knows for sure. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. So some of you are going to go into a waiting room, and that's tough, not knowing what you're going to do next. You've already taken a step of faith because for 4 months you've been unemployed financially to do this course, and that faith is going to be grown in lots of ways going forward. Thank you so much for choosing us.
Thank you. Thanks for allowing us.
And do keep in touch. Now, there's at least one person here I know who came because you saw this interview with our last crop of interns. Renee, was it you? Yes, it was. Did anyone else see that last clip? Go ahead, Renee.
Oh, yeah. I was watching on the internet just different past episodes after I graduated from my Seneca program, and I was deciding what to do. I didn't know which direction to take, and I stumbled upon the CTS Crossroads Interns interviews, and they just seemed so spiritually enlightened during this experience, and their spiritual eyes were just opened in such a new way that they didn't get in the secular industry. So I just really wanted to experience that for myself, and the leadership classes along with our spiritual mentors, and just being in a workplace environment. It's just,
you weren't disappointed?
It's really, no, not at all.
Well, let's hope you've done it again for someone watching today, or someone's mom or grandma. Here is the information you need if you'd like to start the new year in a very exciting way as one of our new interns, Equipping for Excellence. You can apply right now, www.crossroads.ca, and you can look forward to warming this couch 4 months later. God bless you, everyone, and have a wonderful Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay with us. We'll be back.